We went to explore Vancouver's North Shore, which is more than just the majestic mountain backdrop for one of the world's most scenic cities. It's a year round, more than mountains destination where the city and wild nature collide. On our way to the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park, we stopped at two locations. The Capilano Salmon Hatchery is located on the Capilano River in the regional park with over 4 lakh visitors annually. The Capilano Hatchery is a popular spot for tourists and locals alike. Good news for your budget is that the popular attraction, the admission is free. Bring a camera, hiking shoes, and picnic if you desire. You easily can spend a couple of hours here. The Fish Hatchery Interpretive Center has a self guided tour where you can learn about and see fish develop from eggs to the juvenile stage when they are released to the river in spring. It's a colorful and fascinating process. Depending on the season, you may see juvenile salmon and trout in the display aquaria or mature returning salmon in the fish ladder. Be sure to visit the fishway in the observation gallery where you can see how salmon climb the fish ladders by jumping from one pool to the next. It's truly exciting for children and adults alike. The best time to visit the hatchery is in the fall of most years from September to November. Although the exact time to see the salmon spawning varies, an especially good time to visit is on the second Sunday after Labor Day in September during the Coho festival. That's when there are usually salmon spawning and lots of hikers. Expect to spend between 15 minutes and half an hour at the hatchery, but then longer afterwards to wander around the beautiful nearby forested trails or to trek back to the dam. The area is great for both hiking and biking.
Fertilize it just right on top of the trays. And then they incubate them at the perfect temperature until they turn into these little guys that are baby fertilized sacs. They say after 35 days the eggs develop eyes, but are still encased within their sacs. 70 days after fertilization, they start to turn into little fish. These are called fry now if they get to this point. And then they feed them very well. They put them in a simulation of being in a creek. That's what they have over here, which I'm going to show you afterwards. They have these little, kind of like little rivers, and they do separate the fish by their breed of the type of fish that they are. They're not all mixed together. The fry are moved to rearing ponds. Those are the ones that I'm showing you right there. Those are the rearing ponds. And then they move them. Once you can see, after the fish are they're fry, they get ready to release. They're about this big. They finally get ready to release them. And then the fish live for their first year of their life in the same stream that they're released into. Then they exit back out the way they came into the open ocean, where they start to this big circle of life here. It takes them about between 9 and 11 years, depending on the type of fish, before they become ready to go back and to fertilize again back where they came from. 9 to 11 years, they live out in the open ocean, and then it's up to them if they get fished by commercial fishermen or people fishing them or other fish eat them. But the chances of them survival by having a fish hatchery are exponentially more, because you'll see when I'll show you the percentage up ahead how much better chance they have to survive. And they do tag about 25% of them to see how many are actually coming back. Here you can see what the survival rate is from nature to the hatchery. I think it's about 85%, they said, better of their survival. We have spawning channels here. You can see some of these. comes to fishing again, I don't know much about fishing. There's just different methods that they catch the fish. Trollers, gill netters, and purse sneers. And then here are the salmon again. We do have steelhead trout here as well, which I find tastes very similar to salmon myself. You can see how they change color when they're spawning. Yeah, they change color.
Cleveland Dam, built in 1954, blocks Capilano Lake, which supplies fresh drinking water to the lower mainland. The dam sits atop the Capilano River Regional Park. The Capilano Lake and the peaks of the Lions provide a spectacular backdrop. View an impressive spillway nearing 300 feet holding back the 670-acre man-made Capilano Lake, which provide the beautiful pure drinking water for much of the greater Vancouver region.